Hello. Today I have not one, but two boxes. We'll do the bottom one first. I don't know which one's which. I think these should be the K60 and the K160. Should be. I should have got my keys because I don't want to. Shoot. We're gonna pause and just get a thing to cut this. All right, nothing better than keys. So, this guy from Hungary had these ads up, and they were like headphones I've actually heard of before. Thanks to Amar Camden on YouTube, who does like vintage headphone reviews, typically vintage AKG K240 lineups, and a bunch of Bear Dynamics. And it was kind of cool because, well, oh, we got the lucky. Okay, good. Because he talked about these headphones before. He was just like, yeah, the K160s are an amazing headphone. And then he started talking about how the K60s are very ultra rare. And I was just like, okay. K60s are ultra rare. K160s are pretty awesome. And those are the headphones he reviewed. And I was just like, damn. This guy's selling both of them in really good condition as well. So I know that one of the pads fell off, as I just said that, like, oh, good condition, but the pad fell off. What the heck is this? Yeah. Let's just put that back on there. Easy. Yep, that was pretty quick, pretty nice and easy. And here it is. So this is the K60. We went in the right order. I'm actually really happy that we did. Let's just go ahead and switch back to the scene real quick for you guys. So the K60s. I don't know anything about these things. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nada. And the reason for that is because I don't think there's a lot of information on these. There is chances that you can buy these like new old stock, or you can buy these used and they haven't seen much action. But I know that this is from apparently a private collection of his, Nordstar. If you search him up, Nordstar, on eBay, just keep an eye out because he might have more headphones. Unless these were like the collection. I don't know which amp to put this in first. We'll just plug her into the Modi 3 Magni 3 for now, and take a look see at these. So yeah, these are like hecka old. 70s, 600 ohms, AKG. It's got such a weird design. Basically, we have oh, not this scene. I'm so sorry. We have this over-ear design, and I think that these are gonna warm up. I hope that they do. If they don't, that's fine. If anything, the pads were in awesome condition, and I won't hold that against him. It's got this, like, I think it was a Bear Dynamic or something that did this design, where it splits apart and it's supposed to relieve pressure when you wear them. It's got yellow for left and a red for right. We are missing a symbol there. It's not that bad. We can replace these pads with something else. That's a cool thing. It's actually just like a Bear Dynamic DT48, where this plastic part here actually comes off, just like you saw earlier. And then this leather, we can take it off, but I kind of don't want to do that. And it feels as though it is a fluid-based system, as in there's air in here. So I'm hoping that with time, because this has just, gotten hard from the weather of Canada, I'm hoping that with time that will fix itself up. The driver is deep. It's very deep. It's a big case, but it's very small, I think. The driver's not that big. Besides that, though, articulation, it's got a little bit of that action going on. It's got pretty decent rotation. It's really floppy. And then the adjustment's actually done by this metal bar here that goes inside. It's very sensual. But yeah, besides that, though, that's the K60. This is the older one. I'm actually happy that I got lucky with the roll. It's a 50-50 chance which one we were going to get to open and listen to first. I'm not expecting much out of these. Let's be real here. This is from the 70s, and these were broadcasting standards back in the day, apparently. So I'm going to say that right off the bat, these are going to be very similar in terms of sound of a DT48 and maybe not as musical. That's going to be my first assumption. So let's go ahead. We're going to pause the video because I don't want to waste your time, and we're going to just take a listen and then come back and then open up the K160. Okay, so these are superb. Like, I wasn't able to really explore the sound signature too in depth because I mean this is just a first impressions video, but I was able to do some pad swaps, and the reason why we're doing pad swaps, okay, is because sadly the pads have no more life. Like, they're absolutely dead. I don't think I'll be able to soften these up. I hope I can. I hope I can, but at the moment, no go. So what I've done is I've actually removed the adhesive struck Beats pads, and I tried to put it on. I took these off of my DRS5s, and I have to say that it is actually hilarious because these actually provided a really good seal. And I mean, what's hilarious is that Beats pads actually typically provide really good seal. They do. It just sucks that they're that they're adhesive based. And then when I put them on, I got a better seal, but then there was so much bass. It was so bloomy and disgusting and muddy, and that means that these headphones are capable of low end. Now, I removed it because I was just like, you know what? I think that if I were to ever go like with a pleather or leather design or philosophy in terms of the padding, it would have to be like a mixed. You have to have like leather outside, perforated leather inside, and then velour for the contact on your head. It has to be that way. If it's not a fluid-based headphone pad, it has to be breathable. So then I thought, the cups are not the cups, but these are big enough for these Sony headphone pads. And what kind of pads do I have that fit on Sony's? The Barodynamic velour pads. And what better than velour, because these are breathable. So I put these on, and I was just astonished. I was astonished right away at how beautiful these sounded. Because they definitely will not benefit from putting any kind of material in front. I feel like that actually cuts the highs and removes a lot of the detail in the mid-range and in the highs. So that's why there is already built-in padding on the Beats pads, so these would not be a good choice. And if you were to go with this, it has to be something thin. Thanks, camera. It has to be something thin. So for the K60s, for first impressions, wow. Just wow. Just wow. I'm going to give another listen, just real quick. Yeah. No, these are ridiculous. They do not have the best clarity. They're not the fastest driver. Again, this is like 70s technology. But for the age, that's cool. That's amazing. Some songs don't sound that good. Let me just quickly go through this one song real quick. Like, okay, so it's fast enough to have really interesting decay. That's the first time I'll be using that on this channel, but like decay as in when you listen to someone do an echo effect. Echo. Or reverb. The decay is basically like how long it takes for that effect to kind of like wear off and dissipate. So it can handle that pretty well. It gets muffled in some songs. I think that this is one of those headphones for the first time ever that I'll say it's going to be genre dependent. Because it sounds amazing with songs from Glass Animals or Dayglow, but then it was suffering with some rock and some like heavy bass songs. And again, it could be the pads. Like this is the most unfair way to start it with the K60. If I say K160, my bad. With the K60, is that it would be so unfair to do comparisons where it's not in its prime with the original pads, and that's, in my opinion, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. You definitely would you definitely would benefit from having a means to trap the bass. These can go deep. These can go deep. Centipede by Knife Party. Very interesting song. And the texture of the bass and everything is there. It actually sounds really nice with dubstep. Or it's odd. It doesn't go deep. Like it can go deep, but it's not deep where you can follow the sub bass like you would on the DT990 vintage pros. But I think if you trap the bass in there, you'll be able to monitor and feel that. Uh, but I digress, man. I digress. This is an interesting headphone. This is a one of a kind find for my collection. We're making this a two-part series because I don't want this to be 20 minutes long. It's already been 10. So that's the K60. We'll unbox the K160. Maybe use the same pads depending on how dead those ones are. If not, I forgot in terms of pads I have that fit on a Sony MDR V6 or the Sony 7506 or the CD900 STs. All the cups are the same. The cup size is exactly the same as the K60 and K160. They're the same size. So I'll be trying pads on those in the next video. So first impressions, astonished for how old these are and well taken care of after five decades. 5 decades. They sound amazing. I could be off by a few years, but it's such an odd design. It's such a niche role, broadcasting standard back in the day. But my goodness, I bet you with these pads they would have had a better seal, would have sounded a lot better. But I digress. I tubed them as well on the Valhalla and Modi tube DAC combo. And I feel as though with these tubed, they have a lot more. They have a lot more going on. They're not like a Sennheiser HD6 whatever 650 to 6XX to 660 on the 600. But I think that these do belong on a tube if you want to really have more musical fun and enjoy these. So very short cable. I didn't really talk much about the build, did I? There's not really a lot of metal. Everything's plastic. Again, the driver's super duper tiny, so even if you misplace or lose these adapters, which I believe would be probably one of the rarest things, especially the color, the fact that this is color matched, you'd be able to fit whatever diameter of pad on this. Maybe the Grado pads. I can try that, since I am going to get Grado pads to mod the COS KPH 30Is. So yeah, everything's plastic. This top part's rubber. You'd think that this would be, because it's hard, you'd think this would be uncomfortable, but it's not. And you think that these are heavy, but these are not. This is plastic, full-blown plastic. Super duper light headphone. Feels kind of toyish. Very weird wank jank design. The 1/4 inch, I know that this is already losing some connection, so I'm gonna do my best to take really good care of this. If I ever need to recable that, because that looks like someone did a really bad job. But nonetheless, hopefully you enjoyed this video. We now have a video of the K60 online. Amazing. I bet you there's probably another person that's done it, but man. K60, right? So now we're going to open up the K160. I'll see you guys in that video if you do want to follow along. Again, pad swaps with this as well, and we're going to see how it goes. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the K160 video if you decide to continue watching.